We are bringing Kato's mood lighting in 3, 2, 1. You're listening to the Guardian Hub.
You're listening to the Guardian Hub.
You're listening to the Guardian Hub.
You are listening to the Guardian Hub. The best
hub on the net.
Hello, everyone, and thanks for tuning in to episode 260 of the Guardian Hub podcast, where we talk about Destiny, and we're in Season of the Wish. And welcome today. I'm Kingsley Mack, and below me, we have Sin 2.0. And then to my, left virtually, but right on my screen, I got Rodimus, representing the Guardian Hub. And if I could poke through Rodimus right here, then we got Kato. And then below Kato, we got RNG. How's everyone doing tonight?
That's a lot of people.
Doing good.
All the people.
Doing
all the
well.
time.
And Sin showed up late, but audience doesn't need to know that. Oh, wait, we're live now.
We are
We're
live.
doing the show. Sin, what are you up to? You had end of month. How was your
I
time
had
of
it
the
in a
month?
month. It was awful. I didn't get home Tuesday night until 1 o'clock in the morning. So that was kind of
But
awful.
did you make lots of monies?
Not really.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Yeah. And I'm dying, apparently. But it'll be okay. I'll get by.
Just drink some tequila.
I had bourbon the other night. It was delicious.
Mm. Well, we hope Sin will last through the episode with us. We hear through a little birdie that he might do some multitasking while we're recording. Oh, wait, that always happens. How you doing, Rodimus?
Doing well by yourself.
Anything new, interesting in life?
Just uploaded the new TPS episode. So
Ooh, what's the latest on that one?
we were talking about remakes and the fallout of how they're not as good as they should be.
Remakes of games or movies
Yep,
or
Games, both, everything.
Gotcha.
Got a bonus top 12 in there too. So
Ooh, top 12.
yeah,
Getting a little crazy there.
yeah. Well, they figured it out. I played a joke on them, but Raffy figured it out real soon.
We got Kato tonight talking about maybe getting a new desk. How you doing?
Yeah. Tired. But good. It's
Hey,
not
we were up a little
getting
bit late
it's-
last night.
Yes. It was like 4:30 came really fucking early.
You'd be all right. If you weren't up that late.
We'll get to that in a second. RNG, how you doing? I know you play Destiny, even though I claimed last episode you don't.
I'm doing good. I'm like Kato. I'm tired. It's been a long week.
Hey, by the
how's,
way,
your-
RNGGator has his name spelled wrong in the description for the most recent episode posted. You forgot a G.
okay, well, I can fix
it's
that right
RN.
now, and no one will see that. So
But you
it's
said
RN
I had it misspelled. I'm like,
Gator.
I don't put my name.
No, Kingsley misspelled it. It's RNGator.
It's okay.
You're RNGator.
I
Everybody
can
knows
add a
me.
bunch of R's and N's and be Runga or whatever.
Runga, yeah, he can go with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about what we've been doing. We did some exciting stuff last night, all of us except for RNG. So, RNG, anything you want to talk about you've been doing in the game first?
Nope, I just got my Luna's Howl. Got the last 2 weapons done, and I'm just farming Luna's Howl rolls right now.
So, is that one of the ones you're looking forward to a lot?
Oh, I love that weapon.
Nice. What kind of a role is pretty good on that? Are you want it for PvP or PvE or both?
PvE. I'm not looking for PvP.
Yeah.
I'm looking for like Heal Clip Incandescent for PvE. I got one with
Yeah,
Heal
that'd be a
Clip
good role.
opening shot tonight, so try that one out.
All right, live update, Sin. It's going to be pushing out, and it's fixed.
That was quick.
Yes. I mean, it'll be fixed instantly on the website, but in the podcast players, they'll see it within the next hour. So
In a
if you're
couple
listening to this after the fact, you do not know what we're talking about.
Nothing happened. Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here. But last night, we were busy little bees. We hopped in Pantheon for week 1.
Oh, yeah.
Sin sliding right in and getting it done again. It wasn't actually our first night hopping in.
No,
Hey,
What?
it was not.
Okay,
Why
what do
you
we all think
complaining?
about it? I'll start with you, Sin, actually. I mean, I kind of want to just, as much or little as you want to talk about it, how would you compare this to normal rating? What did you like or didn't like about it? And overall thoughts for week 1?
I do like the subtle little changes. It made the difficulty a little bit greater without being, I think, too hard. The added challenge of the time trial portion, it's a little rough, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the fact that it was just straight bosses, and you could just go and have fun and do bosses
Like a boss.
like a boss. And why I'm multitasking like a boss right now in Vanguard Ops with hand cannons and grenade launchers.
I know
Actually, I was going to
we
say, actually,
drug-
I'm using a hand cannon that I got last night.
Which one?
Zawali's Bane, one of the adepts.
Adepts, yeah. Yeah, I'll talk about rewards some more in a second. I know we drug Rodimus along kicking and screaming into the Pantheon.
I was
last night.
hoodwinked.
You
We
were.
were not hoodwinked. You're fine.
No, we said Pantheon. We didn't say time trial Pantheon. So let's get it right.
Listen, I didn't
There's
know
a
there was a
huge
difference
difference.
until hopping in.
I didn't want to be there for 2.5 hours, but yet, where were we there? 2.5 hours.
Yes, but you
It
enjoyed
is
the
an
friend game, did you not?
It is an interesting
glad.
point you bring up. Here's the thing, like, I think most groups will be going for time trial just because you get more rewards and it's for the triumph. But you certainly don't have to. You're right, Rodimus. But then again, the bigger issue is not so much getting it done in time; it's just staying alive. I think, right? Because when we start getting the deaths, then it's hard to do it at all, whether we're going to do an extra phase or
Yep.
time trial version.
All I will know is I got the highest score, so I win.
Ooh, did you screenshot that?
I did.
Uh huh.
For
We can
posterity.
have that. We can have a link of that in the show notes.
Mhm.
Post it in the chat here if you want. Kato, what'd you think? And then let's talk about rewards.
I like some of the changes. Some of the changes I do not. It's certain encounters like not Golgoroth, what was it? Caretaker? I think Caretaker, we could have done something a little bit different than what they did. I'm not too impressed with that one. But the other 3 were great.
Mm-hmm.
I like the changes to Atrax. That was a good one. And it's what I noticed is it's more just about the timing. Like you want to go fast, but if you go too fast, you kind of screw yourself because then you're getting like an Atrax. If you kill the bottom servitors too fast, you get a Tormentor. So
Mhm.
that's kind of fun to deal with.
Everything's more lively. Like you're right about
Yeah.
you got to find the right pattern. In Caretaker, yeah, that was probably like the least amount of good changes. But
Yeah.
Ed and I certainly were noticing because the extra ads of taking that spawn right near us,
Mm-hmm.
it's a little bit difficult if they spawn in the second we also need to stun the boss. So we hope that we can either stun the boss before or after. Because otherwise we're like, need to tank ourselves for a second if they're bugging us right when we want to stun. The ads weren't too bad. I actually got killed more from the flying spaghetti than anything. And then it stopped chasing after me after like 3 runs.
Yeah.
But if you get hit by like 4 or 5 of those in a row, yeah, that's not good.
Well, I think Caretaker is the only one I'm disappointed with between the changes, because all the rest of them, it's pretty even across the board. Like everybody really has to be doing their part, and then it comes to Caretaker. And if your runners screw up, you might as well just start over. Like with the other encounters, it can go either way. Like you can recover it, but most likely you probably won't recover it if you're going for that time trial. So
Yeah, it's really hard if there are ways you can still do it. Like, let's start with Golgoroth real quick. I mean, we didn't
yeah,
exactly two-phase it, but we got close so that you can three-phase if you don't have a lot to do. Same thing on Caretaker. You can three-phase if you mostly got it done on a two-phase, and if you can do all the stuff before that as quick as possible to get to DPS. We still were having some issues there, like getting it down to the wire, but it can be done, with a three-phase if you're super fast and have it mostly ready.
right.
Everything is so much more lively also, which I've really appreciated about this. And Shax is commentating it. So for those of you that don't know, and I didn't really realize this until I started hearing it myself and hopping in, and you drop a well or kill a bunch of ads or whatever, and he'll give you the little things like in PvP, like that is amazing or whatever, the different things that he says.
Yelling and
This is
screaming at you.
amazing. Yeah, yelling and screaming and making it feel more lively and all that stuff. Now, for those that are wondering, we want to hop in because you may have heard the rewards are pretty good, and we'll get to that. But do be aware that you probably don't want to go in with a newer group that hasn't raided a lot. This is a bit harder than a normal raid, even on this first week. We have under 5 power level, tankier ads, more yellow bars, extra ads added in, slightly new mechanics. Well, not so much mechanics, but slightly new. Yeah, there's Golgoroth is like a new mechanic. Extra things you have to do that you could be there for quite a long time if you don't have some raid experience.
Ask Rodimus. Over 2 hours.
Well, I kind of disagree with that a little bit. I feel that it wasn't that bad. You just had, if you wanted the time trial, you had to be pretty much perfect in your run with very few screw ups. Were there more ads? Yes. Maybe the planet one was a little tougher than the rest of them, but Atrax wasn't any different. Golgoroth wasn't any different besides a couple more tankier ads and the extra debuff you have to do, but I didn't think it was overly complicated.
Well, Atrax was quite a bit different downstairs with the Tormentor.
Yeah, I have some input.
Yeah.
I agree with Rodimus that you don't necessarily need the experience. And the reason we spent the 2.5 hours, 2 hours in there last night was because we were going after the time trials. So it was figuring things out, resetting, figuring things out, resetting. Like, if you just want the emblem, just go in and run it. Like, it's not terrible this week because it's 5 under. Some teams will probably struggle with it. Be prepared to maybe a DPS for some teams or a DPS check for some teams. Kind of hard to say.
Yeah. Well, sure.
This week, not
true. But I think even a third of the times when we were, even for us, a third of the times we were getting caught up by deaths. And so my main point was, even if groups aren't going for the time trials, I can guarantee I'm going to see a lot of groups going into this, not even going for the time trials, and they're still not getting it done because they're just dying way more than even in a normal raid.
Yeah.
We weren't as much, but I foresee that I have a pretty good understanding of like different ranges of abilities and everything like that. And when I see people even dying a lot in normal raid, this is going to be that much harder. So, it all comes back to work on playing your life, get your resiliences up, do everything you can there. And then when you're in raids, probably your first goal, I mean, yes, it's learning mechanics. That's like a 1.5 goal, but your first goal is staying alive.
Learn your spawns.
Learn your spawns. Take down ads as quickly as possible because you will stay alive if you can take them down. Clutch on solar builds at first if you need healing grenades, things like that. Do what you can to play your life. Watch your jumps. Don't die like Sin over and over.
Hater.
I do
Love you.
planets encounter the fire tornadoes. I hate them. Absolutely hate them.
I actually kind of liked. They didn't bother me too much.
Did you say fire tornadoes?
Yes, I did.
Are y'all playing Hail Divers?
Well, you're a hunter. You should be able to dodge them. So what are you bitching?
You were not on a plate, sir.
That doesn't
So
matter.
RNG, what happens is
No, it
normally
does.
the boss shoots out like a fire tornado after DPS, and it's in the middle of the arena. But there's now random fire tornadoes on one of the 4 plates where people are on. They do go around the perimeter of the plate, so you can stand in the middle and be safe, but they cause problems when you're trying to run the planets back and forth. And so you kind of have to scoot around them when you're running the planets, and they will pretty much insta-kill you if you're not careful. You can take a little bit of damage from it, but you got to get out there immediately. Probably heal yourself. So
Great.
I actually kind of liked it. It's like a little thing you have to avoid. Again, it makes it more lively. It's like more things going on.
Definitely
Gotcha.
made it more lively. I think the worst one I had was I got shot into the air by a scion and the fire tornado spawned. So I had nowhere to go.
Ooh. Yeah.
So it was
dodge in
instant
midair.
death. Yeah. That was
All
great.
right. Well, the rewards, it's pretty cool. Just by completing it in general, you get at the final chest, and then I'll back up and talk about some other things. You get an exotic you get to pick if you haven't earned those exotics yet. Or I assume you can pick it even if you have, if you wanted another copy, I guess.
No, it checked out.
Nope. It checks your
No,
box.
Checked off.
Okay, gotcha. Anyways, I mean, at least one good thing, Rodimus, you were able to earn Eyes of Tomorrow. You didn't have that yet.
That is correct.
Barely worth it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I need the one for
It's an exotic.
Val.
So the only 2 this week were Touch and
What had
Eyes
to
of
be nice
Tomorrow.
tomorrow in touch.
yeah. So it makes
well.
me wonder, like, if you didn't collect your exotic this week and you do the quest next week, if you'll get a chance for like collective.
But you didn't
Makes
do the
sense.
one before, you're saying?
Yeah. Because I think you can only choose 2 exotics total from this thing. It's not like you can run it every week and get an exotic. I think it's only 2.
Mm.
And you have to not have them by the sounds of it.
Yeah. Otherwise, you get a choice
The other
of
options, yeah.
3 shards or a cipher.
Yeah. And you can also pick a red border weapon. And if you do the time trials,
Yeah, so not only can you
Platinum,
pick it,
Yep.
but I guess it also drops red borders like from each encounter.
True. Red borders from each encounter. And I believe, I don't know if this is right, but I feel like the red borders is on non-time trial. And then time trial, you also get adept weapons, right? Or is
Yes,
that
the time trial, the platinum score on that is the adepts.
Okay.
So if you do the time trial for each boss this week, you get 4 adept weapons. And it could be from any of them, actually. Or any of the 4 current.
Yeah.
So now I don't know if it's separated into like that particular encounter is what you're locked to weapon wise. I don't know for sure. Like I didn't pay attention, I didn't look.
I think
But
so. I was slightly paying attention.
But I don't think it is, because I got an adept Insidious, which is from Vow last night.
Oh, you're right.
And we didn't get the
Right,
time
you're
trial
right.
on Caretaker. So I don't, kind of
Yep,
a weird,
right.
because I got that from Golgoroth. So maybe it's not. I don't know.
We did the time trial on Golgoroth, though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But we didn't do it on
But
Caretaker.
Insidious, we didn't do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I got an
And I
adept
got an
Insidious.
Insidious also.
Huh.
And I feel like we got Insidious from Golgoroth, right? The first encounter?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Well, anyways, one of the weapons I'm
Sorry.
really excited about is I got an Adept Michael's Reverence with Rewind Rounds and Paracausal Affinity. So I already enhanced that
Nice.
and looking forward to using it. And the
I think
funny
I deleted
thing,
most of mine. I didn't get anything I wanted.
you didn't get anything you wanted at all?
No. Or really cared about, I should say.
Yeah. But guess what the meta is for heavy? You can use a lot of options. The meta in this is freaking edge transit.
Well, that's this week.
That's
For this week,
crazy.
yeah.
Though.
Well, okay, here's the thing. And we're assuming it's going to change week to week, but this week we have a strand and a void activity surge buff. And because you can get edge transit's void, and because they have some pretty good rolls like envious and explosive light or bait and switch, if you have a roll like that, it's pumping out the DPS, especially with the extra void activity surge. So edge transit for the win.
That's just crazy.
Yeah, so I just got a roll. Before the raid, I had an explosive light, but not an envious. But after the raid, I popped some more tokens in the chest, and I luckily got a shiny with envious and explosive. And I can even change envious to chain reaction if I'm just using it with ads and other encounters.
Right.
Uh-huh.
I need to find me one of those.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here trying to do all these weapon quests, but it seems like they're going to take me forever.
Not
Not
really.
that bad.
If you read it clearly, like a lot of them say precision damage, and if you actually go in onslaught, just do the 10 over and over. Don't go for like the normal 50. Because then you don't have to like try harder on the higher levels, but not that you have to try that much, but just be sure you get those precision kills, and it goes quite fast actually.
So you should be able to get it done in the first like 30 waves of onslaught.
I just want to show
You're talking
Chief
about
most
one of them?
mine, so
No, both of them. I did hand cannon and pulse rifles within 30 waves. Like
I got
Wow.
some done within like 20 waves, I feel like.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I
did.
did
It's just the other night
hand
we went and
cannon.
farmed the 10 wave ones over and over.
Both, yeah, together. Yeah.
Yeah, we just farmed the 10 wave one. That's what we did.
Yeah. I always like faster progress, and even though I guess you're competing against with other people, I would rather go for the faster progress. But if you had to guess, Rodimus, how much time did you go in Shirochi for like one weapon?
not that long. No different than running like multiple waves of onslaught, but I don't have to compete with anyone.
Yeah.
But a lot of it was like some of the rapid kill enemy ones. That's the Shirochi one that I used. The precision one, you just go shoot onslaught.
Yeah.
Like one gave bonus to raid
Raid in dungeon. It was one of the hand cannons. I'm on that one now.
Yes. So just go get a Shirochi checkpoint because you're in a raid technically. So
Sin, why are you going for all the different weapon bounties right now?
The shader. I wants it.
The super black shader.
Yeah.
honestly, I'm not impressed by it.
I still want
I
it.
kind of agree. Like it's just kind of like, okay, have it.
Bigger question is why the hell does Shaxx have this big ball of black death and we're not using it in the game somewhere?
I know. You go up to it when you get it, Sin, and you touch it, and then it basically like rapes you and almost kills you, and then you have the super black shader.
All right.
I was kind of
gotta use
confused
that power.
on
I'm putzing
didn't-
around Pit of Heresy, just shooting things. Sorry.
Pit of Heresy.
Yeah, I didn't understand why it was such a big deal, and I guess there's not really any lore on it either. So
It's like here we're gonna give you something you want, but there's no story behind it. Have fun.
No, they don't do that in Destiny.
Oh no, the story is
That
all
game.
of us in D1 loved it. That's the story, Rodimus.
Did King.
Yeah, apparently I looked at my thing and apparently I played D1, but I don't remember any of it.
That is wild. Okay, when you posted that, and how
How
can
good
you
of a
not
night.
remember?
Wow.
I had like 40 hours into it. I'm like, oh, okay, sure.
So you actually probably did some of the story missions, then I would have assumed.
I'm assuming I did.
Huh. Xbox, right? Or were you
Xbox, yeah.
PlayStation?
Xbox.
Yeah.
You sure it
No
was
clue.
you playing it?
It's my gamer tag, so
Are you sure?
well,
I mean,
my
no
kid,
kid or
my son wasn't
ex-wife
old enough
or-
to play it, so no, fuck. Ex-wife and dude. Never mind. Don't get me started.
Tell us how you really feel.
No.
No.
That's after dark.
After dark, if that.
Off podcast.
You got the shader, RNG?
No, because I haven't hit max rank with Shax. I'm at like
really?
12. I ain't been playing enough to hit it. I don't care if I do or don't get the shader. Not a big deal to me.
Yeah.
I got one half of it. I just got to hit max rank and I'll have it if I hit it.
It's not bad, honestly.
No, I mean, it's not hard. I'm like
12th
or 13th or something like that. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have a few things coming up, and we can even go into the TWID because
I read the TWID.
That talks about
shaders,
PvP map pack stuff coming up soon.
The map pack,
the rat pack,
backpack,
backpack,
PvP pack. So, by the way, we I posted the new PvP maps. Someone drew them out already and has all the spawn points, and they're in general infographics. If anyone wants to look at those, they're in the TWID also. Yeah, but they were first posted through a tweet, and I took them from there and posted them in our Discord. And I would have done it either way if they were in the TWID. That way, all you have to do, people, is go to our Discord and find it there. You don't have to go to Bungie.net, find the TWID, Get it
no
way.
twab for you. Stay tuned for onlykatos.com reading. What? You look so confused.
You got this Kato or no?
I can pull it up.
Sin's excited.
I'm waiting. I've been waiting for this reading all day.
Sin's on the edge of his chair.
I am actually. That's how I sit.
Why?
Of course you do.
Let me say, of course.
Do you only buy a part of the chair?
Well, I have to sit up and be up on the mic so that way you can hear me.
Can you not lock your chair from leaning back?
Is your mic just a shorty? You got a shorty mic.
What?
I mean, I could. I just gotta.
I'm just a baby.
Just a baby.
Okay. Let's see. 3 new maps: Sirius Plaza, Eventide Labs, Dissonance. Oh, that's next week, May 7th. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is coming.
That's kind of nice. Eventide Labs set in Europa. We have Sirius Plaza, Neomuna, Dissonance, which is on Terraform Pyramid Ship.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't actually watch this developer stream because I was at work and couldn't watch it. But I'm excited for new maps. Let me see here.
Somebody.
Oh, they'll be on a separate. Yeah, so it'll be a separate PvP playlist called New Territory.
Mm-hmm.
So just those maps, right? In this mode for a bit?
Yeah, and that playlist will replace the quick play node. Yep, just those 3 maps. You'll have Survival, Elimination, Clash, and Collision.
Yeah.
Collision is where Sin Titan slams you in the raid and we get pissed off.
Not mentioning any names, Rodimus.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I was already tilted because I got hoodwinked, and we were already an hour and 30 minutes into that bullshit.
And Sin didn't help.
Are you saying you didn't have the least bit of fun?
I had a little bit of fun, but
there you go.
A little bit.
But 2 hours was not on my bingo card yesterday because I thought we were just going in to see what it was. So you guys were going in hard mode on Friday, and I wasn't the only one that thought that. So, just for the record,
we were on easy mode, just time trialed.
I'm glad you stuck it out, but if you had to have gone, I wouldn't have judged you.
No, it was not that I had gone. I just had other plans that didn't happen because of,
I know
because
those,
of it. So that's why I was annoyed.
Yep, I would be too.
It would have been fine. You could have done it. It would have been even better.
Oh, there's no way in fucking hell I was going to do it because because I can't even focus when I'm.
It takes some time.
Yes.
If you have it memorized,
I'm just a baby.
Raids, if you have the raids really down well, then in a way it can almost help if you don't do too much because then things slow down. But if you do too much and if you don't know the raids well, you're going to be a mess.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It can make it a little rough. As RNG stated, there is a new emblem.
Mm-hmm.
It's not half bad, actually.
No, it's kind of cool. I like it.
All you gotta do is just jump in the playlist and play and you'll get
maps,
it.
Right? I think it's all 3 maps you gotta play.
Think so. Yeah.
No, it just says who players who engage in the playlist will be awarded with the emblem. You ain't gotta play all 3.
Yeah, so just going into the playlist at all.
Load in and then leave.
I think you have to play.
I would assume you might want to complete a match. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I would complete it. I'm actually interested in seeing these 3 new maps, and then I'll be done.
I just want to know what collision is.
The one map doesn't look very symmetrical to me, but
they're not.
Hell no. Yeah. I like
that was something.
Cirrus Plaza.
Dissonance.
Yeah, Dissonance is not. But that was
not.
Actually something they had talked about in a twid a while ago. Was that they were going to be releasing maps that were not symmetrical, that did not. Like it wasn't a balanced playing field, if that makes sense. Like they were just going to be maps.
You know what was it? Eventide Labs reminds me of. Remember the D1 map on PvP that was a Fallen? It was Fallen, not you guys. Talk to people who played D1. I mean, Rodimus, you played it by the looks of
Barely.
it. You should fucking remember this. I'm just saying.
No, not a fucking clue.
It reminded me of that one PvP map that was a Fallen catch type map. I can't remember the name of it because it's got that open area. You ran out into an open area in it, but it wasn't ice. It wasn't on a frozen planet.
No clue.
I gotta go find the name of that map. I'll find it.
Cirrus Plaza, though, and who knows, when we play these, we might have different opinions, but Cirrus Plaza looks like the one that everyone's excited about.
It's a very square map. It's very symmetrical.
Yeah, I can see that.
And that middle area is going to be fun because there's like multi-levels and
I'm excited for it because it doesn't really look like there's a lot of like long distance lanes. So like it looks like it's gonna be a lot of close up play. So shotgun, sidearms, SMGs.
Yeah.
I found it.
Yay.
It was called Thieves Den. That's what it was called.
Oh yeah, Thieves Den.
Yep.
Yeah, that one, Rodimus.
Because you ran outside and you had run inside in the caves and stuff. So it's got that same. The map looks like it's got that same feel, just on Europa.
Sure.
Yeah.
You might as well be
Right.
speaking Spanish.
I mean, that's fair, I guess.
This next part's interesting. They just talk about Pantheon and they give like almost kind of like lore or background for the different bosses.
See, I didn't read any of this week's twid.
Oh, there's nothing we need to read here. It's nothing. It's
Okay.
just too much and nothing really interesting. Other than I do suggest people read it on their own time, but they go over the 4 weekly bosses and just kind of tell like little factoids and interesting things, but not like how to do the mechanics. More just information on what a ogre is, how Golgoroth is a special ogre, blah blah blah, all that stuff. So,
Huh.
I did like
That's
the
kinda
shader update though.
yes, that is after the Pantheon stuff, I believe. Well, that's after.
Yes, it's after the Pantheon. It's after Master Rahul's new change too.
Oh boy, I have opinions about that.
Do tell.
Well, you want to read it, Kato, or you want me to TLDR it?
TLDR. No, sorry. I was looking at you were talking about Pantheon, and I was looking at the ring, and I was right.
Yeah.
So the raid ring is a re-envisioning of the first raid ring they launched in 2020. So Moments of Triumphs for 2020, they had that same ring, but it was designed a little bit different. But the message etched on the inside of the band is glory comes easy when you have allies you can trust.
Not sin.
Excuse me.
Fucking nerd.
Not Rodimus.
Nerd.
I don't know. It'll be another one to add to the collection. Like,
how much are these rings? Like $80, $100?
They're not too terribly bad.
Yeah, they're like 100, 120.
Oh, okay.
US.
Is it?
But they're
No.
Yeah.
Let's go to the store and see.
You can go in there right now.
Because, well,
We can all
Did you get the other one, Kato?
Yeah. Well, not the one from 2020.
25.
You got King's Fall, didn't you?
Yeah, you got King's Fall, isn't it?
Yeah, I have Vault, King's Fall, and Crota.
125.
And they've all been that same price, about 125, 120, somewhere in there. But they're like sterling silver. And like King's Fall was sterling silver, Vaulted Glass was sterling silver and antique bronze. Like, pretty cool.
Now, how big does this look on a normal hand, not a Kato hand? Is this like a Mafia ring? Or like it's like a
I take
ring?
offense at that.
Wait, you're always the one that says you have big hands.
I do. Like, it kind of irritates me. They don't go bigger than a size 14, all right?
Ooh.
Or 13. I don't remember. There was one of them that was like, it was a 13 was all the larger they went.
Hey, this one goes to 15. This one goes to 15.
Oh, that's convenient.
At least on my page. Hell, I don't remember what my size is. It's been years.
Yeah, I wear like a
11.
13 and a half for me or something like that.
Yep. I'll consider it, but I didn't get the other ones, and I don't think I'm going to drop 125.
The way I look at it is this will probably be, honestly, this is probably the last raid ring they put out. Because they only put they don't release raid rings for new raids, though. All they release for new raids is jackets. So, yeah. Like, you remember DSC was a jacket, Vow was a jacket or a windbreaker or something.
To get the ring, you only have to complete at least one of the weeks, and you have to order it by June 3rd, it says.
I should probably... Okay, that's a month away. See, I do that every time. Every time I unlock the ring, I always forget about it. I'm like, oh, wait, I need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, anyway, sorry. Continuing.
No worries. Rahul is changing. Well, basically, let's back up. They're trying to make Rahul more relevant. So what they're doing for new exotic armor in final shape is, this is the TLDR, by the way, instead of being able to earn it through RNG and Legend or Master Lost sectors, or the easy way in the Neomuna public event, the Vex one.
Excursion.
Instead, Excursion, those will not be options anymore. I mean, the Vex Excursion will still let you get all the exotics up until final shape. And what the legendary Lost sectors and Masters will do is they'll drop an Ingram. But what you have, an exotic Ingram, still with the chance of how often it drops it, not guaranteed. But to get the new stuff, you have to level up Rahul. And then once you level them up all the way, then you will have the option to, for not a high price, get the new exotic armor. But we basically have to level them up first before we can do that. And you may ask, how do you level them up? Well, you can decode Prime Ingrams, you can decode exotic Ingrams, just like the normal ways of interacting with them. Or you can do those expensive decrypt things where you pay higher things for taking your exotics and turning them into something. If you do, and it'll be a sliding scale. So if you decrypt a prime, that'll be the lowest amount of progress. If you decrypt a exotic, that'll give you a little more progress. And then if you or decode, and then if you do the decrypting for those fancier things, it'll be a bigger amount of progress. We don't know like how much we'll need to level them up all the way, but we have to do these things to level them up all the way. And then once you do, you can have access to the new exotic armor. Let me see what the cost was. It was pretty cheap once you level them up. Then you basically can just get it with let's see if I can find this real quick. Just one Ingram and one exotic cipher.
Oh, for focusing?
For getting the new, once he's level up all the way, and then that's when you unlock the ability to get the new exotic armor. and then you can purchase that new exotic armor with one exotic Ingram and one exotic Cipher.
Hey,
So you have to level them up first. You have to do all this BS. I don't know. I thought it was really cool when in with Final Shape they let us have this way of getting the new stuff, and I guess they didn't like that idea because it's already gone. And even in Legend Lost Sectors, it's kind of gone. You can get exotic Ingrams, which won't turn into that automatically, and you can use them to level up Rahul, but they're not actually giving you the exotics technically anyways until he's leveled up, and then you can buy one basically.
So until we level him up all the way, you can't get any of the new
Correct.
exotics they put
None
out.
of the new exotic armor. Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Well,
We don't know how quick this will go.
I mean, hopefully he don't. Hopefully it's not a high. It says requires rank 16 to be completed. So like anything, at least they didn't put bounties with him. Thank God.
Well, did I see that it should be like 10 exotic, like decrypting 10 exotics, and he should be max rank? Is that what I seen? Did I read that right?
I was trying to read it. I didn't get that far
I didn't
yet.
see that anywhere, but maybe they gave an example of how many. Let me look at that again.
It says to make sure if you want to be ready for the witness forces as soon as possible, make sure to stock up on the exotic engrams and ascendant shards before June 4th, as with a little more than a full stock of exotic engrams, you'll be able to start focusing new armor.
Okay, so that kind of answers it without directly answering it. So a little more than a full stock. So how much is a full stock? Like
full stock of exotics?
No, full is 10. So
12 maybe.
Maybe 12.
I don't think it's gonna be that hard.
I actually am going to stock them up because, I mean, I got primes in here too. What I'll do is I'll look for an exotic and then remove a prime as time goes by, and then whatever exotics I don't have, I'll just use primes for the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's not the biggest issue, but
No, it's not.
I think it's interesting, and I don't love it for sure.
I mean, it's a guaranteed way to do it. There's that.
Well, yeah, depending on how guaranteed you get exotics to drop. But
okay, you do your weekly activities, right?
Oh, that's true.
That's 3.
That's true.
That's 3 exotics.
I never do those anymore. I forget about that. Good point.
We haven't had to.
Exotics in the wild. Yeah, no, I haven't wanted to. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we haven't had a power
PvP. Let's
forever.
go.
So
now I'll still probably pass that one.
But that's a good point, though.
I mean, this is, whenever we have the big yearly expansions, I do everything again. I do the strike playlists. Sometimes I even will do PvP because you got to do all that leveling up for the yearly stuff.
Well, so you got to remember, though, you don't have to do each activity anymore. It's just 3 of whatever. So it's actually going to be a little bit harder if you're going after just like those activities. Like if you're just running straight activities to get loot, it's going to be a little bit harder because you can only run it 3 times to get those exotic engrams. But I think they're making changes to powerful engrams too. So,
well, I got 2 exotics sitting right now in my list, so I'll probably will hold on to them instead of decoding them. And then I got about 7 primes.
I didn't say in this.
The ones you get from the season pass, you get exotic engrams from the season pass too.
Are we also getting the unlock from doing the campaign on Legend though? Or do we know?
What do you mean? Like the one where you, like if you beat it, you get an exotic
right.
armor at the end of it?
Right.
Good question. That makes me wonder if you're getting that now or not.
Yeah, because I didn't say. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, because usually if you beat it on Legend, you get 1 piece of your like glass.
Right. Well, anyways, this is also implying that, I mean, it makes sense. Obviously, there probably would be, but it's implying that we're getting some new exotic armor. And it probably doesn't mean these new exotic class items that can do dual things, right? That's probably a separate thing.
I'm assuming
that's
that's
on
a separate
ascendant
thing.
shards you can hold.
Well,
30?
10 in your inventory.
Okay.
Oh, shards. Sorry.
Ascendant shards is what I was talking about.
Yeah, 30.
Mm-hmm.
Or no? Yeah.
I think it is 30. Yeah.
Max is for Senate alloys. Max is 30.
Yeah. So
Okay.
shards.
I'm talking golf balls.
Ciphers are 5, and I think golf balls will be 32.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm at 10. I can go higher from what it says. Usually you hover over, it tells you max 30 or whatever. It doesn't tell you on Ascendant shards.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was 10, remember, and then they upped it to 30.
Everyone bitched about the economy, and it was so hard.
I got too much stuff in my.
You don't get enough legendary shards. Blah 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 blah.
Now I never have issues with legendary with Ascendant shards.
To be honest with you, since I started playing, I've never had a problem.
No, you just actually have to play the game.
So
The reason why you don't have a problem is because when you started new, you didn't know everything you wanted on day one. Like some people know that everything they want. So you had time to build it up.
Well, not even that, but
It's-
the amount of weapons that get dropped on the daily, like the activities you do, you get so many shards just getting rid of them.
Yep. Well, and that
Aren't legendary shards going away? The final shape?
Yeah, they're supposed to. But they've also lowered the cost of a lot of things too.
Well, there's that too. Like glimmer. I mean, you got more glimmer now, but even then, it's like there's so much that gets dropped in this game. You don't really have to, I guess, farm them. It comes naturally playing the game.
It really does. Yeah.
Go run coil for a day. You'll have plenty.
Yeah.
The thing
And
that
that's
used to
why,
get me
again,
was sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say the thing that used to get me with legendary shards and other resources was focusing weapons. Like if you were after a certain gun and you wanted to focus it, like that was expensive. But now they've lowered the cost of everything, so it's not bad.
And honestly, like another example of the chest in the new vendor space, like when I was trying to roll for Edge Transit, yeah, you can't focus. You can attune, it's not guaranteed. But honestly, at only 10 a drop, I had like 300 in my inventory. I had pretty good luck getting it pretty quickly. Now, not everyone may be the same, but
I burned through a bunch the other night. No, I was focusing for Luna's Howl with like Subsistence or Heel Clip and Incandescent. Didn't get it, so. But I guess
how
really
often
good.
did Luna's Howl drop? Would you say like 2/3 of the time, probably? If it's
No, I probably not quite 2/3. I'd say probably closer to half, because I probably
I was
had
noticing a lot for mine.
it was hit and miss. Like say like 5 or 6 times, and it wasn't a Luna's Howl, and then all of a sudden I'd get 4 of them in a row. Like it was just very inconsistent.
Yeah.
I could say it's probably 50%, but I don't want to put a number to it.
Yeah. All right. Let's anything else we want to say about that? Let's go on to like Rodimus was saying, shader icon revamp.
It's
This looks
actually
cool.
going to reflect what you actually are looking at, and not like it's going to be purple and you're going to turn green.
Yeah, they tell us that basically in the past, obviously, there was only 4 colors that they showed us, which could make the experience inconsistent, because there's actually each shader actually applies 6 colors, but only 4 were currently shown.
Yeah.
So now they're going to show all 6, and that middle part will kind of show like a better representation of they kind of have like this new diamond that goes in the middle.
Yeah, so it's not really. I mean, it's a nice change to see, like visually, you can see what's going on. I was hoping for a little bit different of a change.
Yeah,
but then it would completely defeat the purpose of actual shaders. So.
I mean, it makes sense what they're doing. I can see it. Like you look at the example given, it's way different as far as your shape. So
it is. Yeah, they show an example of Gambit Jadestone shader, which has kind of like 3 green shades on the left and kind of a white on the right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like totally different with the new system. Like a green on the left, and then kind of like a dark, almost black, greenish black on the top and right and bottom, and then a middle green in the middle.
I mean, it'll be nice because it'll change how some shaders function. And I think there's going to be a lot of good shaders out there, and some that are good now that'll probably be just a little bit better.
Well, I think too there's a good shaders out there, but it's so hard unless you sit there and go through each individual one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we all know the Guardian games ones are going to be your primary colors, your reds, your blues, your yellows.
Yeah.
Your Gambit ones are going to be mainly green. Your Vanguards are going to be mainly orange. Crucible will be mainly reds and whites. But even in the last year or so, look at the shaders and the trans effect of them. They're not the solid colors. They have moving pieces to them now.
Yeah, we have what, 5 of those with moving textures.
Well, Blaze is one.
Ooh, and the Riven one, right? Does that move a little?
So you have Photo Finish, which not Photo Finish. What is the RGB one?
Photo Finish is one. That's Photo Finish.
Okay.
You got Luminous Void, ain't that one?
Yep, Luminous Void.
Purple one.
Yep.
I mean, Forbidden Wish will sparkle. I don't know if it really moves, but it sparkles.
Well, that's a texture though.
Yeah.
Crucible Horizon moves.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a couple of them out there. I don't remember which ones exactly.
Yeah. It'll be good. Be good for sure. All right, this next section, I did not read it all, and it's kind of long. We could always talk about this another time, but there's a big PvP strike team update. I don't know if there's anything you want to talk about in there.
Not really. It's mainly covering respawns, the special ammo economy, and how they're going to change some of that. Nothing really that I want to go over. Like, for those PvP mains out there, they've already gone over this information. They've already read a tweet about it. They've already listened to somebody else about it. I don't want to cover it.
Yeah, fair.
Tell me, you don't want to break it down?
Nope.
Not tonight.
Just looking forward to hearing some pillow talk from Kato.
Hey, I mean, anything you want to. We actually have quite a bit of things we do want to break down in the tech support area. Some really important things.
Yeah, I don't want to cover any of this. It's fine. Moving on.
Player support report.
Yeah, this kind of surprised me, I guess. I didn't know this was even a thing. It never dawned on me. So with launch, June 4th, Destiny 2 is ending support for Windows 7, Windows 8, 8.1. This decision is still live.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I read this earlier.
Microsoft
I was laughing my ass off.
Yeah,
I mean, we can end that, but we're
8. What are you even doing? But yeah,
and 8.1.
Microsoft's ending support.
But we're still running with Xbox Ones and PlayStation 4s.
And PlayStation 4.
Man, I don't know. Okay, maybe they didn't want to update.
I mean, my work has no Windows 7 or anything.
No,
we got rid of that years ago.
This makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense because they're not. They're EOL, end of life. So
I'm not laughing because it's just funny. It's just funny. First of all, I don't think that many people are going to be on Windows 7 or 8.
No,
but also it's.
I'm sure there's somebody.
I'm sure there's somebody. Let us know if you are, by the way. But
please,
I specifically know people still on PS4. And that's going to be supported for at least another year because.
We've had this conversation multiple times of, hey, we need to move on, but no. We're just going to keep supporting it. Sorry. Anyways.
But still, this is interesting news, so we definitely needed to talk about it.
I just laughed at it. There's probably somebody running it somewhere, but
Maybe they didn't want to update. I don't know.
If you haven't updated for Windows 7, dear God, I'm sorry. If you're running 8.1, I'm really sorry.
For Windows 7. Okay, I'm going to look that up right now.
Yeah.
2009.
Yeah.
That's before Destiny 1 came out. by like
from
5 years.
And from an IT perspective, upgrade.
Seriously?
One, if your computer's still running Windows 7, it's probably not going to run 10 or 11 anyway.
This is interesting though. Bungie has given longer support for PC than they have for PlayStation and Xbox. So it's actually good they're getting rid of Windows 7 and 8 now.
They still support Windows 3.1.
No one supports that.
That email said that thing had said we're not supporting ME or something. I'd have been like, well, who the hell's running that?
Ew, ME was gross.
Yeah.
All right. Next, I'm surprised we got as much of a laugh on that one as we did.
Sorry, I couldn't help it. I didn't mean to laugh over you.
Somebody's feelings.
Kato. I don't care.
Let us know if you're on Windows 8 and you love it.
I'm sure somebody does. You know, there's people out there that have just refused to update.
It's a challenge. Pass this podcast around until you find someone on Windows 8.
Or 7. Good one.
Yeah, either or.
Pantheon. They have disabled the checkpoints. They put a tweet out about this one for Caretaker and Zarok. So attempting to fix it. So checkpoints for those two. I guess if you join on a checkpoint, the progress is blocked. I guess is the problem.
Yeah, I've seen.
Yeah, I saw a Cheese Forever video. They tried to go to the flag, and then they were just stuck in that encounter. They couldn't progress.
That's rough.
So don't do well, they disabled those checkpoints, so you can't do it anyways.
It's still that's kind of a pain, but at the same time, it kind of adds a unique twist to it too. Like you have to do this. Like you can't just grab a checkpoint because you like. We need to redo Caretaker. Well, we can't just grab a Caretaker checkpoint and do it. Like we actually have to go Groth again.
Yeah. At least until whatever.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So you can run it week by week. Or you can wait till the last week when everything's up. And I'm assuming you could probably just do it all at once.
Next, this Archie thing, I did not know until today. Like usually they let you backtrack on things within the time they're available. But they're telling us you can't.
So if you missed week 1, you can't get it?
Correct.
Oh, wow.
Dang.
Yep. Now, it's not the biggest deal in the world. You get the emblem from only doing 1 week total. And also, I guess there's some lore things, and then those will come out also when Final Shape launches on June 4th. But if you wanted the actual activity of running from place to place, you missed out that week. Too bad. You can't do it in the subsequent weeks.
Which, I mean, you don't get anything from it other than the experience, so...
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's just what I would tell people is these are such just little easy things to do, if anything, and just try to log in every week just to do this, if anything, because if you care, it's only going to be available for 1 week at a time, and then you miss that week, you won't be able to do that one anymore. So
my hot take is Archie's going to kill the witness for us. So
he'll go in the portal on the last week leading up to June 4th.
Archie will kill Crow.
It's not Crow that's letting us in; it's Archie.
It's the general. It's Archie and the general. We're going to kill the witness.
Yep. Oh my gosh. We need a fire team of 3. Archie and the generals or anyone else.
Sweeperbot.
The colonel, I mean. And Sweeperbot. There you go. Ragtag group. I mean, it is kind of funny. You do get stuff, even though it's junk. You get an expired ramen coupon week 1. You get a tinfoil hat week 2.
Yes. Yep. You get a shader in week 1.
That's true. Well, that's what you get any week doing it. It's just you only have to do 1 week total to get that triumph.
I wish we could win the tinfoil hat as an ornament.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
That would be hilarious.
Like, I'd be fine if we got that as a mask for the Halloween event.
For Halloween. Yeah, there you go.
But I love the flavor text actually for the tinfoil hat. Did anyone read that?
Nope.
I did not actually.
This item has, well, actually, I'll read the whole thing. Archie found this while poking through the offices of the lunar complex. Whoever it belonged to would probably be saying, "I was right now. This item has no use and can be safely dismantled, ... Though Archie might be sad."
I don't know, after they brought back sunsetting, after they unsunset everything, I'm not deleting the shit now.
Yeah. And then the first week one, too, with the expired ramen. Archie found this under a chair in the bazaar. Someone was probably angry they couldn't use it.
Yeah, that is
So at
funny.
least read the things. They're kind of a little funny. And then you can just dismantle it if you want.
So I'll ask a stupid question. Where's this? I know that there's a spicy ramen shop. But how does that tie into Destiny? Was that like a Destiny 1 thing?
Got to do with Cade.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
When Destiny 2 was first coming out, there was a really famous trailer where Cade was eating ramen in a ramen shop, and then
I've seen that trailer.
Down. Yeah.
Yep, that's where it came from.
He picks up Ace's babes and he goes killing.
Uh-huh.
Gotcha.
But yeah, Cade was involved with all that. All right, and then the other are just minor things. Some of these we already know about, but if you want to go over any, Kato.
Known issues. We're still being teleported to the wrong locations in Onslaught.
Yes, we are.
Sparks can still be lost. Portal to leave the boss phase will not open. Killing the boss too quickly.
I thought they said they fixed that.
I guess not.
Hmm.
Brave weapons, Recluse, and Hammerhead don't highlight enemies like their previous models. I don't know, man. Like, that's kind of it.
Yep.
Wasn't a lot.
That's all she wrote.
Pretty much.
Live update, Sin. You still working on your weapons?
I'm actually deleting a bunch of stuff out of my vault. I'm doing the thing with if it doesn't have a thumbs up, I'm going through them and I'm bringing them over and I'm deleting them right now.
I did
I'm down
that
to 510 in my vault.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's exhilarating, but I need to do it for every character. I'm just doing the Titan right now, but I really should get rid of literally everything that I can on the other characters.
Why don't you just use DM and you can move it from the characters?
I can. I just am only on Titan right now, just going through all of that junk and weapons.
Gotcha.
So all armor and all weapons right now.
I'm at 339 out of 600.
For thumbs up, what side are you using for that?
Dim.
Dim. Okay, I figured. I just wanted to make sure. Is there other good sites for vault cleaning, or is Dim probably the best?
I think Little Light's good, I think.
Little Light.
Iscar.
Armory.
Actually, there was one that actually had like a vault cleaner on it, and I think it might have been Armory or something like that. You can go through and mark it'll.
Okay.
Mark it, and then you go back.
Yeah, because I've heard little things here and there. Now, which site will tell you if you have a god roll? Now, thumbs up doesn't mean god roll, does it? Or in dim?
Not necessarily.
Thumbs up
It'll just
means yeah. Preview wishlist perks. That's just what people are playing.
Okay. I'll look at some of these other sites. My vault's getting a little more full lately, mostly because of all the brave weapons. So I do want to go through things a little bit, even though I've never really had problems with vault space. But I overheard a conversation where someone was saying that there was some site that would tell you, because someone like me that's lazy and I don't always, only on certain weapons I really know or care what the god roll perks are or what I want. So I want just a site to tell me you have a god roll and then I'll keep it, if it's in my vault.
Makes sense, yeah. As I've always gone with dim and to check the thumbs up, and then I like it, I'll roll with it. If I don't, I'll delete it. Like if I don't like the way it plays.
Yeah,
with
of course
my
I'll
style.
still make the final decision, but I at least want some guidance on if it's good. Because if it's not even good at all, I'm fine getting rid of it because I never regret getting rid of weapons. Actually, I did one once. Do you remember what it was? It was Osteo.
Oh,
I feel like
you got rid of it?
Yes, because I'm so used to exotics, being able to pull again, but that was one of the first that you could that you had to craft or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right.
So basically, I just lost. I mean, I had to recraft it. A and B, I lost my weapon count kill on it.
Or shame.
Yes, I still don't regret it that much, but I won't do that one again. It's good to live life with no regrets and not hoard stuff. At least that's my opinion. I mean,
No regrets.
I have less stress that way, right? I just play. I just have fun.
Regrets.
No regrets.
But like all this crap, even so, there's no way I'm pulling it out of the vault to play with it. It's just so much.
There's no way I'm pulling it out to play
No way
with
you're
it.
pulling it out. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to talk about tonight, or we can start closing up the show?
I feel like there was something, but I don't remember.
Wasn't important.
If you remember in the next little bit.
Exile's Curse fusion rifle with deprecated perks on it. Like, I'm never going to use that.
No. All right, everyone, grind your weapons that you might want. And boy, we're getting closer. It is May 2nd as of recording this. A little over a month, basically 2 days-ish. June 4th, final shape, coming out soon. We got Map Pack next week, and we got 0 Hour the week after.
Yeah.
And then, of course, 4 weeks of Pantheon. And who knows, they may still throw another... I hope they throw like a community event or something big the last week. There's rumors about some final mission.
That'd be cool.
The last week of the season.
Well,
I can see that happening.
for
going in
the
final
Brave
shape.
title, there's 9 triumphs, but you need 10 for the title. So what's the 10th one?
0 Hour.
Gotcha. When's that coming?
Yeah. 2 weeks.
14th, I believe. 2 weeks. Well, a week and a half. From
Go to the
today.
beach.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we have 4 weeks of Pantheon, right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't take us to final shape.
No.
So I wonder if they'll have a week, like an extra week to run it, because I don't remember.
We may
If
even
they
have
said
2
that.
extra weeks. So 30th, 7th, 14th, 24th. Yeah, we'll have 2 extra weeks to run it.
Okay.
They just said it's going away for final shape, I believe.
Yeah, I don't remember. So that I'm wondering for subsequent weeks if we have to do the time trial for each previous encounter leading up to.
No, because the triumphs are checked off. Certainly we wouldn't have to.
Well, so like next week we add another boss, right? I wonder if we
Yeah.
have to do the time trial for each boss going forward.
Oh, I see.
So if it's like we just have to get the 5th one, or if we have to do the first 4 plus the 5th.
Good question.
I'm hoping it's the latter, where it's we only have to get the time trial for the 5th one. We don't have to for the first 4.
Yeah.
But knowing Bungie, it'll probably be for all 5. But I wonder if they're going to extend the time as we go up in power too.
Yeah. It seems like so far how this has been tested and thought out, they've obviously done some play testing because everything seems reasonable with it so far. This is one of the people understand, like, changing the raids and doing these things and having timers that make sense. This is no small feat. They put a lot of thought into this and testing.
Yeah.
And sure, one of these future weeks coming out, we'll all complain. Watch, they'll be like, "Oh, that's not possible with what they did," or they messed up something, or there's some bug. But week 1 so far, Pantheon's gone very smoothly, and I know some people were worried. What if it comes out with all these bugs? I mean, there was a couple things we were maybe noticing, maybe bugs, but honestly, I thought the whole thing was pretty smooth. Could have been worse, that's for sure.
It definitely could have been worse.
Oh, yeah.
But I think so far it's been really good.
I think the biggest thing we were noticing was Planets Encounter. We couldn't quite tell why there was times we couldn't interact with the orbs for moving the planets or empowering the planets in the middle. We weren't doing the wrong thing. We know we have to be the person to kill the guy on our plate, and we know that both of them, I think, have to be killed before we can move. But we were noticing things where like the pickups were like appearing and then disappearing and then sometimes reappearing.
Yeah.
And that I'm not sure what was going on there.
Well, it's like we also had issues with like the ads desyncing. Like when the scions were coming out of the door, when they jumped down from the that ledge or balcony from the door down to the triangles. Mm-hmm. Like I know Belle was seeing it, and I was seeing it a little bit.
I feel like I had already seen that in the past, but I could have been wrong.
Well, I think in the past it didn't really matter.
Sure, but if that's a new bug or not, that's what I was saying. Like,
yeah,
felt like the signs were always squirrely like that. Nothing new to see here, folks.
Right.
Moving along, people.
Anyways, let's close up shop here. We have a nice episode. We're really thankful that everyone that joined tonight. And with that, anything else you want to say about where people can find you or anything you want to promote, Rodimus?
You can reach us over at DPS. We have a weekly podcast. Just talk about stuff in gaming in general. Different topics, movies, anything to do with gaming. Next week, we are just kind of hanging out, whatever comes to mind. That's pretty much it. You can find us in the Discord. Find me in all the Discords. Just tag at Rodimus Prime. I'll be around.
Excellent. Thank you, Rodimus.
No
RG, anything you want to mention?
Nope. Nothing. You can find me in the Discords if I've got time to chat in them with the way work is. So it's really hard to keep up with Discord now.
Sure.
So,
thanks for joining tonight. It was a pleasure.
No problem.
Who you telling? It's always hard to keep up with.
Mm-hmm. There's plenty of times I just right click and say, mark all red, and I'll catch up later.
I've been doing that a lot more lately.
I have to.
I'll figure it out later.
If it's not important, I'm not being tagged. So
exactly, I didn't get tagged. I'm not worrying about it.
I know with the Discord.
No, go ahead.
Discord. Yeah, just Discord. At me, otherwise I will not see it. With the mobile update, I haven't bothered to go through and actually mark channels to get notified when there's activity in. So if I'm not like an at here or at everyone or directly tagged, I don't see it.
Yeah. On this topic really quick, I'm glad you guys brought it up. I agree that people should set their Discord so it doesn't alert for every message, especially if you have a lot of Discords.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you don't have time for that. But the problem, and I agree that people should at too if it's something important, but I have a lot of internal thoughts in my mind when I'm responding to someone. I don't like to at people unless it's pretty important. But then there's been times where people probably wish I atted them because they didn't see it. But I don't like adding people unless I feel like it's super important. So it's like it's hard for us to know where the lines are when we're responding to someone of how important it is. I don't know if anyone has thoughts on that, but these things I think about in my head when I'm typing.
I've mentioned it in some conversations with Sweaty and Native in their mod channel. Like, if there's a mod discussion going on, at people. That way, all the mods that are available can be present to give input on discussions. I feel like that's just a general good practice of not everybody may be available, but there's been a few times when there's something that happened that I was available, but because I don't get notifications for that channel, I'm like, oh, this was like 2 days ago. My bad.
Was there a train in your background? Because it sounded like it was coming through your basement.
Yes, there's a train going by.
Okay. I want to make sure I wasn't hearing things. That's all.
No, you're completely hearing things. I'm like a mile away from the train tracks.
Gotcha.
And then we still have some Discords too that use at everyone a little too
much.
Really?
I mean, I understand. I'm never gonna say sorry for using at everyone when the podcast comes out, because that was one of the first reasons we started the Discord. But sometimes I'll see at everyone's for like infographics or other things, and I'm like, come on, people.
They get muted really quick.
Yeah.
I don't mind birthdays. I don't mind like podcast updates or anything that's like important that's going on.
But then it's hard too, because as we can see, we may have slightly different opinions on it, but I think we generally agree. Use at everyone very, very little. At here, I could see that being good in mod channels or even at everyone's.
Yeah.
And then add a person if it's at least somewhat important. If it's something that's just a response to a discussion that's not super important, then I wouldn't personally add because I don't want to bug them. I don't want to be adding them for like something like a minor response.
Well, just don't click the porn bot. You'll be okay.
Yeah.
Well, and two, like if you're replying directly to somebody, you'll get that notification if you reply to their message directly.
True. Yeah, if you do that thing. And I always prefer that versus adding anyways, because the new I remember for the longest time Discord didn't have that reply option. You had to @ was the only option. Right. And so to me, I like the new reply thing. Doing an @ seems so much more dramatic. It's like
more official.
By the way, do we want to do this at Rodimus? Dun dun dun.
Tag me, it's fine. I'm there.
Yeah, make a new channel, tag Rodimus.
I will kill you.
It's also nice having, tags you can opt into. Like raid tags, PvE tags, PvP tags. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of the Discords I've been have those options. So if somebody's looking for, one for like comp or one for raid, you just @ PvP, one for this, or @ raid, one for this, which is kind of nice.
Mm-hmm. Well, I want to give shout outs to everyone in the Al Sector Alliance. DPS. We got GDC. We got, who else do we get? I forget the list. No, just kidding. Blueberry Lounge, of course. Kato Thumbs, 2 Titans and a Hunter. And everyone's pretty good with all this stuff. But I think it's fun to have these discussions about what's appropriate for atting and everyone and things like that. So
gave me an idea for a show, so I might use that.
Seriously, yeah.
Discord etiquette.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say Discord etiquette.
Hey, I'll gladly join that one. Sin, wake up.
I'm awake. I'm still cleaning my vault. They
Believe
can
it or
find
not,
me on Dim.
Wait. Sorry, I said before you get there. Believe it or not, our best episode so far to date still is episode number 2, and it was raid and party etiquette. People keep listening to that one.
Excellent topic.
You're welcome.
I'm like, why is it still hanging at number 1? It's like it's one of the oldest ones.
You guys by the way, speaking very of that, valid points. Sorry.
Oh yeah, and speaking on that similar topic too, one of our best episodes recently, we were talking about this the other night, is our co-broadcast with DPS podcast. This was episode 257, and we have had 343 downloads so far. So
nice.
Definitely a nice episode. Want to give shout outs to they kind of helped produce that episode, but we were kind of co-casting that one. So
Sin got a week off.
Yes, he did.
Love it.
All right, Sin, what else do you want to say?
Sorry, they can find me on Dim. Clean in the vault. I'm actually under 500 now in my vault space. So, making some progress.
Other than you on Dim? You have a DM on Dim?
Yeah, you can find me also in the club or on Discord. That is all. I have no Kingsley of anything this week. Just take it out.
Lame.
Kingsley, master of lames.
No, you can find me be disappointed at Sin in all the places as Kingsley Mac. You can find information about our show, whether you want to help us out our Patreon, whether you want to join our Discord, check out ways to listen to our podcast that you aren't listening right now. But all the above, you can go to our lovely website at www.theguardianhub.com.
The best hub on the net.
Thank you, Sin. Thank you, Rodimus. Thank you, Kato. Thank you, RNG. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in this week. We really appreciate you, and we will catch you all again next week. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Later.
Later.